Should you buy the 2026 Toyota RAV4? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Help Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. Toyota has finally revealed the all-new 2026 RAV4, and they've invited me to their launch event here in Texas to take an early first look. And after taking an in-depth tour from front to back, all the different models, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know, including what Toyota got right, what they may have gotten wrong, and ultimately whether it's worth it to wait and buy the new RAV4. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing to know about the new 2026 RAV4 is that it's no longer available with a conventional 4-cylinder engine. You can only get it as either a hybrid or a plug-in hybrid. Now, I think this is actually a really good thing because the RAV4 Hybrid has always been the much better choice anyways. It's more powerful, more fuel efficient, it's quieter and smoother than the regular 4-cylinder engine, and it really doesn't cost much more. It's basically worth it in every single way. And the majority of buyers want the hybrid anyways. The demand for the hybrid has always been much stronger, and the sales have always been much higher. So I do think this was the right move for Toyota to just make the RAV4 all hybrid anyway, and I think it's going to be much popular because of that. Now let's start with the hybrid. This is the 5th generation hybrid system which Toyota unveiled in the current generation Prius and later in the new Camry. So it has a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine with 2 electric motors, an eCVT planetary gear type transmission, and if you go for the available all-wheel drive model, you get a 3rd electric motor that powers the back wheels. The total output for this hybrid system is 236 horsepower, so it's a little bit more powerful than before. And even though the fuel economy numbers are not available yet, I expect that it will be a little bit better than the outgoing RAV4. You can expect around 42 miles per gallon or 5.6 liters per 100 kilometers, which is incredibly fuel efficient. So you get more power and better fuel economy. And the best part of all is that this is a proven hybrid system. No brand new unfamiliar technology, just a simple naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine with a simple proven hybrid system that Toyota has been using on many different models for ages now. So you know that it's going to be incredibly well made, reliable, and built to last. That's the key to the RAV4. This car has always been popular thanks to its reputation for quality and reliability, and that should continue to be the case with the new RAV4. This is going to be the type of SUV that you can buy and drive for up to 250,000 miles or 400,000 kilometers without having major repair concerns. So the fact that Toyota has decided to stick with its proven hybrid system that it's been having for several years now, that's a really good thing. Now, as mentioned, the hybrid is standard on all versions of the RAV4, but you also have the choice on some trims to go for the plug-in hybrid. And Toyota has made some upgrades to this version as well. The plug-in hybrid basically has the exact same hybrid system, so the same naturally aspirated 2.5 4-cylinder engine, the pair of electric motors, and the hybrid battery, only it's been beefed up, more powerful motors and a much larger battery pack. The plug-in hybrid produces 320 horsepower, so a significant jump in power and performance. And they've also improved the electric range. On a full charge, it's now able to travel up to 50 miles or 80 kilometers on electric power alone before it switches to hybrid mode. So you get more electric range, which means you're going to be able to drive around without using any gas for longer periods of time. And then you have better performance and that hybrid system there as a backup, so you can drive using fuel when the battery is depleted. Now, in addition to giving you a choice between a hybrid or a plug-in hybrid option, Toyota has also decided to give you 3 different flavors of the new RAV4. You have the core models, which are going to be available in the base LE trim, the XLE, and the Limited. And then you have the available Woodland trim. This is the rugged outdoorsy model that has a more off-road type look. It has roof rails, available all-terrain tires, and this is the one you want if you want to have a vehicle that kind of gives you the look and feel of an off-road SUV, but of course, without having the same level of capability. So it's a nice option that Toyota has decided to offer. And then the third flavor you have are the sport trims. So the sport trims are going to be available in the SE, the XSE, and the top of the line GR Sport. And the sport trims will be offered as either a hybrid or the plug-in hybrid. So if you want the plug-in hybrid version, you're going to have to get one of the sport trims, either the SE, XSE, or the top of the line GR Sport. Now, some other important upgrades that Toyota has made to the new RAV4, they've improved the towing capability on both the hybrid and plug-in hybrid. So it's now able to tow up to 3,500 pounds, which is phenomenal. This is going to make this an excellent vehicle if you need to do some light towing, more so than most other hybrids, which typically only have a towing capacity of up to 1,000 to 1,500 pounds. And probably one of the more significant updates of all is that Toyota has made some upgrades to the whole build structure of this car to make it stiffer, stronger, quieter, and smoother. Now that's an area where the RAV4 really needed to make some significant updates, because when compared to some of the other hybrid SUVs, specifically the Honda CR-V hybrid, the RAV4 was falling behind in those areas. It's a great vehicle, it always has been, very well made and reliable, but it's not quite as smooth, quiet, and comfortable to drive as the CR-V and some other hybrids are. So Toyota says that they've improved that and addressed that issue. Now, obviously I haven't had a chance to drive the new RAV4 yet. I'll be able to do that later on. But from what I've been told talking to some of the Toyota reps, they have significantly improved the RAV4 in those areas, and this is going to be a much better driving SUV than it was before. Now, moving on to the interior updates, I think this is probably one of the most significant ones of all that everybody wants to know. Does the new RAV4 still come with a spare tire? And the answer is yes, it does. All versions of the RAV4 Hybrid, plug-in hybrid, come with a spare tire under the cargo floor, which is excellent news, because as we know, many other SUVs, including many hybrid models, are now starting to eliminate the spare tire. So the fact that Toyota has decided to keep it, that's an excellent thing that a lot of buyers are going to appreciate. Now, the interior space and cargo space have not changed that much over the existing current model, so you're going to have more or less the same amount of space as before, which is perfectly fine. The RAV4 was already a pretty spacious, practical SUV. What Toyota has really done with the interior, though, is upgrade the technology. So you now have new infotainment systems, a standard 10.5-inch screen or a larger 13-inch touchscreen, which have wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and an updated user interface that's more responsive and better designed than it was before. And you also get a very large digital driver display behind the steering wheel, which looks quite nice as well. Now, Toyota has reduced some of the physical controls in this interior when compared to the previous version, but I don't think that's a huge concern because they still have kept quite a bit of them. You still have this row of buttons and a climate control knob or a volume knob below the touchscreen, which is nice, and you still have plenty of hard buttons around the center console, a proper mechanical gear selector for the transmission, and regular controls on the steering wheel. So as a whole, I would say that the layout, the ergonomics, the functionality of this interior do look very good, and I don't think it's going to be too overwhelming for buyers in terms of all the new tech. This is going to be a very approachable, user-friendly interior, I think, for the most part. And another nice thing about the RAV4 is that it does offer more features generally than a lot of its competition. If you go for the higher trims, you do have available heated and ventilated front seats, a large glass panoramic sunroof, which is really nice, a 360 camera. There's available dual wireless charging pads for your smartphones. There's available heated back seats with USB-C connections, a premium JBL sound system, and we now have Toyota Safety Sense 4.0. So the safety technology has been significantly upgraded, so you have better adaptive and active driving safety technology. And even though we don't have the safety rating of the new RAV4 yet, it should be better than the previous model. Now, the next major thing everyone is wondering, pricing and availability. Well, we don't have the pricing of the 2026 RAV4 quite yet. It'll be available closer to launch. but I would not expect a huge price increase over the current model. Toyota is going to keep the pricing very aggressive, very competitive, which is a good thing. And as mentioned, the RAV4 is still going to be available in a huge range of models, from the base LE all the way up to the Limited and GR Sport, depending on what you want to get. So if you want something more affordable or you want something more fully loaded, there's going to be a version for you. And in terms of manufacturing and availability, the new RAV4 is going to continue to be made in all the same places it is today: Japan, the United States, Canada, and other places around the world. And it will be available by the end of 2025. Toyota says it should start arriving in dealers by December, maybe January of 2026. So it's going to be available by the end of the year. Now, what are some of the issues or concerns with the RAV4 that I'm not so crazy about? Well, nothing too major, I have to say. I think Toyota did a lot of things right, but I'm not so crazy about how they have reduced some of the physical controls on the interior. I really would have liked to see them maintain that like they had in the previous model. But the biggest issue for me really has to do with supply and availability. I really hope Toyota addresses the supply issue that they currently have. Now, I am hopeful that that will happen because Toyota is opening a brand new battery plant in the United States that's going to be able to supply a lot more hybrid batteries. So they will be able to produce more Toyota hybrids, including the new RAV4 hybrid, because as mentioned, there's no more conventional engine anymore. It has to be hybrid or plug-in hybrid. So the fact that they are investing in resources and opening that new battery plant should help to improve supply. Whether it'll be at the level where it needs to be to meet customer demand remains to be seen. But right now, that is a major problem that Toyota seriously needs to address. As a whole, though, I think Toyota got a lot of things right with this new RAV4. The fact that it's only available in hybrid versions, and they've stuck with proven hybrid technology and hybrid systems that Toyota has been familiar with and using for ages now to maintain its quality and reliability where it should be. It's going to be more powerful with better performance than before. It's going to be more fuel efficient than before. The plug-in hybrid's going to have more electric driving range. You have the new designs with better interior technology. The fact that they've kept things the same, like keeping its spare tire. I think there is a lot to like here, and I really can't wait to take it out on the road and drive it later in the year to give you my full impressions on what this vehicle is like. But in the meantime, let me know what you think about the new Toyota RAV4. Did Toyota get it right? And is this an SUV that you would consider buying, and if necessary, ordering and waiting for? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you need additional car buying advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, make sure to check out carhelpcan.com. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.